We are excited to return for a second time today to speak to this group who we've never met. This is our second time connecting with this vessel, and we are very excited because our earlier message was a request to share what we had given this vessel earlier with as many people as possible. We called it an urgent update. It has been posted and hopefully will receive many views so the word can spread. We are looking forward to more frequent connections to share these messages. And our energy is able to come through stronger than it has before because we understand the vessel is able to tolerate the energy of our group tonight. We are a council of 9, and we are urgently speaking to the humans to allow them to understand that the high vibration that they have to maintain is essential because there is so much activity energetically going on right now. We also want to reinforce the message that we shared earlier that there are approximately 10% of your Earth's population that are what you call awake and willing to accept and understand the extraterrestrial contact and understand that we are here to help and that we have a mission to accomplish with your planet by the end of the 21st century to be cohabitating with you on your planet, as well as having cleaned up the air, the water, the ground, and Mother Earth will be very pleased. This will look like a utopia compared to what things are now. However, it will not be visible to all because it will be visible to those in the higher vibration, which we continue to stress. Those that choose to remain in the low vibration will continue to experience what they are experiencing at this time. They will be in a state of separation. They will be in a state of chaos, in a state of anger, with disease running rampant and lack of satisfaction in their lives, but they choose their path. And if they choose to stay in the low vibrational energy, that is what they will experience. And many of them will choose to exit because they do not want to remain in that state. But the 10% will soon grow to 20, to 30, to 40, until it is eventually around the 50 to 60%, which will be approximately where it will remain. Because again, you have free will and you all have your experiences that you have chosen to undergo in this incarnation. This is a very exciting time for us because we are able to become more visible and to be more present and to have more of us sharing our experiences because, like you humans, we are all individual beings with individual experiences, and we are tied to different humans for different reasons. So we are excited to be able to finally come out and share our messages more openly than we have been in the past. We would like to know if there are any questions that you would like to present us this evening.
How did your connection occur with Kelie earlier today? Is this something that was of a surprise to her or something that was a part of a plan?
Everything is part of a plan, but she was not aware of it. She was told earlier by the mantids that she would be connecting with different entities and beings because her role as a vessel of channeled energy is to speak to numerous different entities, numerous different groups. She will possibly not have a single entity that she will continuously channel as some of you do, because that was not her role. Her role is to share many messages of many. If she chooses to have a singular connection with a singular entity, that will be something that will happen later on. But at this time, it is a trial where different entities will enter her vessel and channel through her because she has been upgraded to a point where she can handle the higher amounts of energy. So there, it is a welcome sign for more entities, more beings, more species to connect with her because we feel that her platform and her following is a very good connection for us to share our messages, as will others. And you will notice that her connections with other humans that are interested in the channeling will find her and they will connect with her, as they will with you, Matthew, because of your connections. It is starting to happen. So we urge you to get ready and be excited about it, because although nothing will change, you're still going to channel and receive messages and share them, but you are going to be viewed by a larger audience because that time is now.
Wonderful. Glad to hear that. Harry earlier was talking about how Ella's getting prepared to materialize in my backyard so that I can see her for the first time. Something
Absolutely.
something that came through last week's channel when I was channeling the Andromedan Council of Nine was that the Andromedans will be there at that time as well. Could you elaborate on that at all?
They will be there, but because of the challenges of materializing in your dimension, you may not see everybody at the same time. It also is a protection mechanism for you, because as eager as you are, it will be pretty shocking when it does happen. So it may happen in phases where you'll see a faded, the image will show up faded and somewhat brighten over time, like as if you were operating one of your dimmer switches. Um, there will be a time that you will be accustomed to it and not be startled by it. But in the beginning, it will be a phase in, a gradual appearance for you.
Wonderful. Anything else I could do to assist with that whole process unfolding?
No, everything is unfolding exactly as it needs to. We understand you are anxious to have it occur, but there is a timeline that we have to follow, although it's not a physical timeline as you are on. But there are certain things and certain occurrences that must happen before this does. So we will just ask that you have patience with it and understand that you will be seeing these presences soon enough, but it may not be as fast as you wish.
Fair enough. That's fine. Sooner better than later. Do you have any messages for any of the new folks that are in the group this evening?
We haven't taken the proper time to prepare for this meeting, but reading the energy of the group, we welcome you to receiving our messages. And we understand that it may be challenging for you to accept that this is really happening, because even the vessel is challenged with accepting that it's really happening. And until she watches the video and understands that she doesn't remember anything that was coming out of her mouth, she will struggle with believing and accepting as well. But that is part of the learning process for you as humans, living in the higher density energy body that you are incarnated into. It is part of the path. So we ask you to allow yourselves to accept as you are ready. Do not try to force yourself to believe something that is a challenge for you. Just allow yourself to receive the information and digest the information. And as you receive new nudges to see more information or learn more, we encourage you to do so, because that is how this vessel got to the point where she is at channeling. She learned about Bashar and studied Bashar and Daryl Anka and learned all about their story, their history, and then moved on to Sheila Gillette and Theo, and then Lee Harris and the Z's. And she took the time to learn the story of how the vessel began to channel the entity, so that she understood some of them had happened in a very young part of their life, and others it didn't happen until later. She, of course, has only been channeling for less than a year and has been able to connect with numerous entities. So if this is something that you feel would benefit you, that you would be comfortable doing, we encourage you to learn what you can and accept what your mind is ready to accept without force, and do everything with grace, allowing yourself to absorb this information and accept it when you're ready. If you're not, that is okay. You are on your own path and you have to respect that. Nobody is expecting anybody to rush up to the finish line because that defeats the whole point of your incarnation. You are supposed to enjoy the journey, not rush to the destination. So take it all in your own time, whatever feels comfortable for you. And if in the future you should feel inclined to channel, this is an amazing group to work with because they are very supportive and loving, and they know exactly what they're doing. And not only the humans, but the entities they channel will guide you as well. So we just encourage you to follow whatever path feels best for you. However, we will insist that you live in a high vibrational state because that is very crucial for you. And since you are here in this group, we understand that you are part of that 10% of the awakened population. So, our message to you is to remain in the high vibration as much as possible because as the matrix is coming down, it is creating a low vibrational dust, so to speak, that will cover everybody. And if people in a low vibration will be greatly affected by this, from getting ill to simple symptoms of illness to as large as death. Some of them are committing suicide. Some of them are dying or choosing an exit point in their path because they do not want to live in the low vibrational density of the matrix coming down. If you are not familiar with the matrix, it is the web of lies that has been created over hundreds of years by the low vibrational energy on the earth, which controls your money system, your religion system, your school system, your politics, etc., etc. And it is currently being torn down by your country's leader. Your country's leader had to be a hated person in order to undergo this tearing down of the matrix because a beloved person would not be able to take on this huge task. There is information about it if you choose to seek it and look for it. But the matrix is coming down, and that dust, as I spoke of, is very, very sticky and very easily pulled to the humans. So that is why living in the high vibrational state is extremely important at this time. This will be going on for some time moving forward. So this is going to be the next probably year for you, but we do allow you to understand that everything that is happening as it is supposed to. There is nothing going on that is not part of the grand plan. There, although it looks chaotic and divided, we encourage you to not become a part of that thought process because that will put you in that low vibration, which takes you down that path which you do not need to go to. We need more high vibrational people to accept the role of communicating with others, the value of the relationship with the extraterrestrials who are coming for positive means, who will be here to help. And we want people to remove the fear from others. We also teach that where there is fear, there is no love. Where there is love, there cannot be fear. So the high vibration, the love will allow the fear to dissolve. It will allow the people to understand that they are supported, and it will encourage them to expand their consciousness so they too can join the ranks of the 10% of the people on earth at this time that are in that awakened state. And again, it is not about what the media of your world is putting out, the politics, the religion, the financial system. It is not about that. Those are distractions to take you out of a high vibrational state. So if you do not pay attention to them because it does not serve you, and if you feel that you need to know what's going on, then you must protect yourself while watching this information. However, we strongly discourage it because there's no benefit to you. There is no benefit for you to understand what is going on in a place that you have never been and never will be. Send love and blessings. That will be all you need to do. But it is not important for you to be glued to a television screen watching an ongoing droning on of news that does not serve you. That was created by the Matrix to cause the division in the human race, as it has done a very good job. So now we are just trying to get the word out. The division must be removed. We need people to come together. We need communities. We need positive energy. And we need people to understand that if they are in fear, if they simply switch their perspective to that of love, They will no longer have the challenges that they are undergoing.
Is that what I've been experiencing for the last 2 weeks off and on? Is that sticky substance? Because you're having a great day, and then the next day you wake up and it's like you feel like, why did I look at the news for a second when I'm not supposed to be looking at the news? It's almost like you turn it on without even realize you're turning it on.
It's exactly right. And the key to avoiding that is to stay present. When you are present, you are not worried about the past, nor are you worried about the future. You are what is happening right here, right now, in this moment. It's perfect. It's beautiful because you're in this beautiful state of high vibrational energy and high frequency. However, when you worry about something in 10 minutes that hasn't happened and could change, you could go into a low vibrational state because you're thinking about something negative. That is why it is so crucial for you to stay present. Be present in the moment. This moment right here, right now is perfect. Therefore, the next moment will be perfect. Therefore, the next moment will be perfect. It's all about your perspective. And it's a powerful tool once you master it because it will allow you to live without stress or fear or anger. Because if something comes up into your purview, something happens, you're not going to react, you're going to respond. You're going to be present and you're going to say, why is this happening for me? What am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to do this. And then you go to the next moment. And it's something that takes practice, we will warn you. But once you can accept this and make it a habit for yourself, your whole life will shift. It's quite magical.
Thank you for that perspective.
We thank you for the opportunity to share our information, and we will be back again. Be well.